Hi, friends. Welcome to Race to Rise podcast, a place where we discuss bite sized wisdom nuggets with easy to follow practices to live a better life. I am your host, Mital Patel, a parenting junkie, Ayurveda enthusiast, and an advocate of conscious living. Failure is devastating. There is nothing worse than watching our greatest project that will work and we've spent like the most of the weeks and months working on fall apart, and that big great idea that you had just get shut down. In short, failure just sucks. But you know what? I wanted to share that experience with my kids that failure just doesn't mean that you fail or you didn't accomplish what you wanted to. Failure means that you tried something, right? You tried something, and we don't have to be afraid of it. And so I wanted to share my learning with my kids, how failure is essential to success and how can we overcome our fear of it. Normally, here I talk about how our language or what are some of the strategies that we can use with kids. But today I want to share my failure. A project that I was so looking forward to failed big time. But I felt immense gratitude even after that failure. And so I wanted to share that experience with my kids and, of course, with you. And one of my friends asked me yesterday again, just to make sure that I'm still okay about it. And believe or not, I am so happy about it. Like, I'm glad that it happened because otherwise I would have not known, the improvements that I need to make and the feedback that I was able to give myself. And of course, the confidence that yes, I can do it and value my gifts and talents that I always took it for granted, or I just didn't believe in myself. And after this event, I really believe in myself and my skills and my strength. So I learned that there's this whole simple fact that no great success happens without failure, right? For example, like J.K. Rowling couldn't keep down a job before writing Harry Potter. George Lucas was rejected twice before the Star Wars was approved. And of course, our favorite Thomas Edison famously failed 1,000 times before he successfully invented the light bulb. So maybe this could be my that. Also, like I took this as an opportunity that what does it feel like failing and, how to get up? Because I believe like if this was a year or 2 years ago, I would have not taken it the way I'm taking it this time. Okay, now I'm just going to stop about it. I am going to share what exactly happened. You must be wondering what is going on. Okay, so I did not mention here that I was hosting a free masterclass for parents, and it was all about the art of connecting with kids. And I worked on it, worked about for a month, prepared the keynotes, and, I hired someone who could help me with all the strategies to place in the marketing, to talk about it. But guess what? At the end of the day, nothing worked because no one showed up on the day of masterclass. Even though I had about 8 or 9 signups, people actually signed up to be, at the masterclass, but no one showed up. And it was at 11:30 on Saturday. And I am like, all going excited and nervous about it. I shared on my social media that how nervous and excited I was. I was grounding myself, barefoot walking on the grass. In fact, my entire family was not home because right before this event, 2 days before, we had a death in our family. So it was already like haywire going, but family had to leave. They had to go away to Pennsylvania to my aunt's place. And so I was by myself, and I wanted this whole event to be by myself, and I didn't want it kids. And we already planned a getaway for my kids and my husband. So my husband was going to take kids away for that morning. But we didn't have to do any of those because, they were already awake. So anyways, I was by myself. I was all ready for the event. 11:30. I log in 1 minute ahead of time and I don't see anyone. But I made sure that I'm starting on time. Something inside of me just like, okay, get going. I started sharing my screen, you know, get along with. I already had a planned meditation in the event. So there was like first 30 seconds we were going to meditate, just gratitude. And I think that 30-second of gratitude is what gave me the strength to show up. I truly feel because it made me feel grounded and it made me feel like, there's so much goodness out there. And my job was to feel gratitude because I have a privilege to do this. I have a privilege to, host an event. And that's a big thing. So I did that, I went ahead with my whole presentation and 12:30. It was for an hour, 12:26. And of course, I was keep checking if anybody showed up during the event, but no one showed up. It was just one participant till it's 12:26 p.m. But as usual, I shared everything, my heart, my soul, everything that I prepared. For a second, right before when you share your offer and there's a thing called being an entrepreneur, I was scared of sales and, pitching about my offers. And I've been articulating and learning this whole skills to share about my offers openly. And so I didn't fling. I shared my offers. I shared the pricing point. I shared what everybody's going to get out of it as if I'm talking to someone. And I kept on reminding myself this whole story that my coach always told us that when he started speaking at events and stuff, he scheduled an event with the university and no one showed up for his event. And he was alone in that room and he still went ahead and did his speech. That was Jay Shetty who shared. And that whole thing was keep coming to me like, just speak. Even if no one shows up, you're still going to do it. I still got to do it because I'm learning, I'm practicing, right? This is an opportunity for me to practice. So next time when I host this event again, I know how to improve myself better. So I kept on going. And even at the end, after the whole event, I did not feel like, oops, or, ugh, or, oh my God, like what just happened? Nothing. All I felt was immense gratitude for the opportunity that I got to speak. And actually, even for myself, like, because I didn't believe in myself and my gifts and my talents. And now I know universe gave me, for a reason, the skills and the gifts and the talents. So I can do this over and over and over, right? And I can share these message that I want to share to build a stronger childhood and build this stronger bond between parent child and improve their relationship. So I really was just so keen to share this experience with my older one specifically. My little one doesn't understand much, but with my husband, with my friends, my close inner circle friends and my family. And the first thing I did was I told them like, oh my gosh, I have a major win to share. I just had this event. No one showed up, but despite of being that, I made sure that I started on time and I finished my event on time. I didn't rush. I spoke everything that, I wanted to and everything that I wanted to share. I shared my personal stories. I shared the 3 secrets that I use in my parenting and my parenthood. I shared all the tools that my major tool that I wanted to share and the resources for parents. So that was a huge win. When I saw my son, I said to him, it's like, oh my, I said, so this is how I shared. I said, to my masterclass, no one showed up. And he goes like, Mama, are you serious? And I said, yeah, no one showed up. He's like, oh, I'm sorry. And I said, I'm okay. He's like, so what did you learn? And I loved that question from him. Like coming from him, like, what did I learn? It was, again, another opportunity that, yes, this was about, learning from my mistake. And I'm sure I made mistake. I made mistake of not sharing this deliberately. I didn't share everywhere. For example, I didn't share on this podcast. I didn't share with with my community who I email every week. So I didn't share constantly. There are so many feedbacks that I receive from myself. So what I learned, it's so important that we learn from our mistakes because that's an important key to being stronger, making better decisions, and, of course, changing our habits for the better. Yet, most of us are still afraid of these fears and these failures, right? And so, this was a great opportunity for me. So, I want to share this whether you run your own businesses or you're on a corporate journey or you are even in your parenting, whenever we mistake, it's about us empowering ourselves to be braver, to be stronger, to be wiser. And most importantly, we need to learn to embrace our failure. And so this was an amazing, amazing, necessary pit stop for me on the path of success because I know I'm reaching parents. I know I'm helping one parent every day. I know I want to help one mom every day. I want to help one dad every day. And I know I'm reaching there. And so this was a pit stop of a failure that it was necessary for me. Right. And this way, I'm empowering myself to embrace my failure. And this way, I know that I'm preparing myself to encounter less failure on this journey. And I can establish a system that I can work with in my, as an entrepreneur, as I am creating and establishing my business. So, again, failure feels devastating. Failure feels like it sucks, but it just doesn't mean that we need to be afraid of it. It is so essential to our success, and it's important for us to embrace. So, let's be braver, let's be stronger, let's be wiser, and let's embrace our failures so we can create systems and we can, of course, meet the fulfilling journey of our success. That's it for this week's episode of Race to Rise. Be sure to sign up to our email list at risewithmittal.com and join us again next time for more wisdom about life, kids, and everything in between. I am Mittal Patel, wishing you happy raising and rising.